Hola, señoritas. Soy el señor Leonard. Estoy aquí en el jardín, just in my backyard here. And you can see on the clock, I don't know if it'll come up in the wee yard, it's 11:45. But goodness knows when you're actually going to get this video. Hopefully it'll upload soon. So we'll go in here and do a bit of work. So last night, you did work, girls, from the worksheet. Do you remember I showed it to you yesterday? I think I'll just need to focus this for you. Once I get this focused, we're okay. It takes a wee second to get it going again. And hopefully we're okay. So last night, it was this one. Eventually this will focus, but I think I'm upside down. I don't know where I am. Is that better now? I think that's better now. You did this worksheet here, and your answers were as follows. I don't know why the focus is so poor on this. That's it now. Okay. So, sorry for that delay. The answers to the part 1 were 1A, 2C, 3B, 4B, 5C, 6B, 7A. And part 2, then you had to put this into the correct order. So it started off with Hola Lorena, ¿qué tal? Number 1. Pues muy bien, gracias. Number 2. Vamos al cine esta tarde. Number 3. De acuerdo. That means okay, remember? Okay. ¿Qué ponen? What's on? Number 4. Number 5. Ponen el orfanato, the orphanage, el orfanato. ¿La conoces? Es una película de terror. It's a horror film. Number 6. Claro que sí. Of course, yes. That's a nice wee phrase. Claro que sí. Me gustan mucho estas películas porque son emocionantes. Number 6. Number 7. Empieza a las 6:10. You remember empieza, it starts at. Remember, school starts at. El instituto empieza a las 9. Number 8. ¿A qué hora termina? At what time does it end? And vale, you already know, means okay. It's another way of saying okay. Number 9. Creo que termina a las 8. And number 10. Vale, te veo a las 6. Well, I'll see you at 6 in the entrance hall of the cinema. So now you know that the word entrada means entrance and entry ticket. Then number 11, and that's the final one. Perfecto. Hasta luego. See you then. See you later. Hasta luego. So that's that corrected, girls, okay? You also maybe did a few of these questions here. And yesterday's work, was to complete the oral questions on television and cinema. There's one thing I want to say to you about that, and that is that a lot of people, when they're doing the questions on cinema and television, mix up the programs when they're answering this. So if I ask you, ¿cuál es tu programa de televisión favorita? Okay, favorito, I should say. Did I say programa? I did, sorry. Excuse me, I'm going to repeat that again so it's absolutely clear. ¿Cuál es tu programa de televisión favorito? You would answer, me encanta ver los concursos, o me encanta ver las series de policías, for example. But you would never say, me encantan las películas de terror. Even though they are on television from time to time, they're not on every single day unless you watch the horror channel, which does exist. But they're kind of getting you into the way of thinking about programs or films. And then you can do the films as a separate answer. ¿Qué películas te prefieres? Prefiero ver las películas de terror. ¿Por qué? Porque son, and this is where you need to use lots of this, porque en mi opinión son entretenidas y curiosas. A veces son tontas y algunos son malas, pero por lo general son inolvidables. If you use as many of those adjectives as you can with both programs and television, but separately, then that will work out very well in your oral answer. Let's look at this activity here. Can I ask you, girls, which phrase in that blue box means how much does a ticket cost? That's right. It's that one there, isn't it? Cuánto cuesta una entrada? Good. And you'll remember the one that means For which showing? That's right, the second one. ¿Para qué sesión? Okay, so if you need to write down any of these, don't be afraid. Never be timid about writing and rewriting vocabulary. It always helps. And which one means I want popcorn, sweets, or drinks, fizzy drinks? That's right. Quiero palomitas. And of course I'm blind, so it says quiere. It's a question. Do you want? Quiere palomitas de maíz. Do you want popcorn? Okay. Now, a paloma, by the way, is a dove. Okay. So, literally, they're called maize doves in Spanish, little maize doves. But paloma is a dove. Palomitas de maíz, popcorn. Okay. Caramelos, sweets, refrescos, fizzy drinks. And the others should be fine, shouldn't they? Quiero, I want, please, por favor. ¿Cuánto es? How much is it? Son, it costs. Okay. And that con just as mean, for example, son 3 euros con 50. Remember that? It's €3.50. So you use that con between the number of euros and the number of cents. Okay. And then up here, well, give me, me da. Okay, can you give me? In this case, because it's a question. Me da 3 entradas para la sesión de las 8, por favor. Okay, so give me 3 entry tickets for the showing at 8 o'clock, please. So you've got a number of films here. Narnia, La Brújula Dorada. That's the golden, now, brújula. If I mention to you norte, sur, este, oeste, that's right. The brújula is the compass, so the golden compass. Kung Fu Panda, El Caballero Oscuro, the dark man. Caballero is a gentleman. It can also be, no, that's gentleman or gent. And then 27 dresses. Okay. Juno, just a name, and then Superman, you know it very well. Okay. So I'm going to read you this listening now. If you can structure your answers, girls, as follows. 1 to 4 in your margin, and then you write down, probably with forward slashes, rather than writing out the whole table. The first one, for example, Juno, 2 a las 8, 12 euros, palomitas. And I'll read you that example now. Buenas tardes. ¿Me da 2 entradas para Juno, por favor? ¿Para qué sesión? Para la sesión de las 8. ¿Cuánto cuesta una entrada? 6 euros. Son 12 euros en total. Vale, ¿algo más? Sí. Unas palomitas de maíz. Okay. Number 2. Buenos días. Buenos días. ¿Me da 5 entradas para Kung Fu Panda? Sí. ¿Para qué sesión? Para la sesión de las 6 menos cuarto. ¿Cuánto cuesta una entrada? 5 euros. Son 25 euros en total. Vale. ¿Algo más? No. Nada más. Gracias. What's the word for nothing? That's right. Nada. Number 3. Buenas tardes. Me da 6 entradas para Narnia, por favor. ¿Para qué sesión? Para la sesión de las 4 menos cuarto. ¿Cuánto cuesta una entrada? 8 euros en total. Son 48 euros. Vale. ¿Quiere palomitas de maíz? No, no quiero palomitas de maíz, pero deme unos caramelos. Aquí tiene. Número 4. Buenos días. ¿Me da 4 entradas para 27 vestidos, por favor? ¿Para qué sesión? Para la sesión de las 8:20. ¿Cuánto cuesta una entrada? 7 € en total. Son 7 euros. Son 28 € en total. Vale. ¿Quiere usted palomitas de maíz, caramelos o refrescos? No, no quiero palomitas de maíz ni caramelos, pero quiero 4 refrescos, por favor. ¿Coca-Cola o limonada? Coca-Cola, por favor. Okay, listen back if you have to, girls, and here are your answers. Okay, so just tick those then, girls. Great. So you may want to take down again some of that vocabulary I went through with you a bit earlier. We're going to move on then, girls, to the correction of last night's work, which was page 65. I'm saying last night's, it's actually last week's work, and it just needs to be corrected. So translate these sentences into English. I think that Pepe is fun and happy because he is laughing. Reírse is the verb to laugh, okay? And it's an E to I verb, okay? In those changing verbs, E to IE. And then B, los padres creen que pueden aconsejar a sus hijos. So parents believe that they can counsel, that they can give advice to their children. So consejos is the word for advice. It's always in the plural. Dar consejos, to give advice. Or you can use aconsejar, which has the equivalent of counsel, counsel in English. C. Mi tío piensa que es difícil encontrar pareja estable hoy en día. My uncle thinks that it is difficult to find a stable partner nowadays. So hoy en día, a wee set phrase for nowadays. Ramón va a casarse a los 25 años. Raymond, or Ramón, we should just leave it as that, is going to get married at 25. Y a menudo compro mucho con el móvil. Often, a menudo, often, I buy a lot with the mobile phone. 5. I can't even count nor say letters anymore, girls. These days are definitely turning my brain to mush. F. Recently, I have downloaded music online. Okay, descargar, to download. Cargo, think of it in English. Cargo is a load, isn't it, on a lorry? So cargar is to charge or to load, and descargar to unload. So descargar, to download in this case. Hay varios riesgos al usar las redes sociales. There are different. The word varios is a nice word, girls. Instead of saying diferentes, you can use varios. It also means various, of course. There are different risks of using social networks. Remember, red is a network, R-E-D. Cada lunes nado en la piscina y soy miembro de un club de natación. So each Monday I swim in the pool. I am a member of the swimming club. Of a swimming club. Un, of course. Just little things like that, details like that I know that I'm skimming over and making mistakes myself, but as I'm going over, I'm realizing that's so important just to get that right, girls, that article. So when you're doing translations, ¿Quieres ir al cine el domingo? Do you want to go to the cinema on Sunday? En mi opinión, la comida india es demasiado picante. In my opinion, Indian food is too spicy, okay? Picante. Manuela jugará al baloncesto con el equipo. So Manuela will play basketball with the team. And finally, iré al gimnasio la semana que viene. I will go to the gym next week. So translate the following paragraph into English. Write your answer out on a separate piece of paper. So my best friend is called Elisa. She is 16 years old, and I think that she's very fun and funny. 2 different words. She's great fun and she's funny. Divertida, fun. Graciosa, funny. Somos amigas. We are friends. We have been friends for the last 5 years. Notice that that's in the present tense, whereas it would be in the past in English. We are friends for 5 years, whereas in English you would say we have been. Isn't that right? Nos llevamos muy bien. We get on very well. Remember, me llevo bien. I get on well. So nos llevamos muy bien. We get on very well. And we never fight. We never argue. Discutir means to discuss, but it also means to argue. I think that we have a lot in common. For example, on Sundays we go to the gymnastics club, and we play football on Thursdays. Normally we chat on Facebook each night, but my mum says that I use the mobile phone too much because I'm always putting up photos on Instagram. Now there's another verb that, a bit like descargo a bit earlier there, this one here, related to descargar to the internet. So that's download. And this one here, girls, means colgar, 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 to hang or to put up. Okay, like the way you put, you'd hang your clothes on a hanger, okay, or hang up the phone. But colgar photos is the one that they use. You could also poner photos would be fine as well, absolutely fine. Poner photos in Instagram, but cuelgo photos is very nice indeed. Some of the advice about translation there, girls, I would definitely advise you to read through that in your own time, okay? So the last thing I'm going to do today then, girls, is talk to you about infinitives and conjugated verbs. You know this already, that you cannot use two verbs in a row without the second one being in the infinitive. So you can never say, for example, me gusta juego. You know that. You can't say I play. You have to say me gusta jugar. You can't say me encanta escucho. You have to say me encanta escuchar. So verbs can be used in the infinitive, or they can be conjugated. In other words, that they can have their endings and be in various tenses. So that's what you call a conjugated verb, like juego or trabajo or me gusta or prefiero. They're also conjugated verbs because they don't end in AR, ER or IR. Infinitives, expressions with infinitives are very important, as they will add variety to what you say and help you to aim for a high grade. So you have to use these a lot. And you know that you use them a lot in English anyway, and you've been using them a lot in Spanish. So me gusta jugar, me encanta jugar al fútbol, prefiero jugar al fútbol, I prefer to play football, quiero jugar al fútbol, I want to play football. Suelo, a very important one, I usually play football, suelo jugar al fútbol. Odio jugar, I hate playing football. Antes de jugar, before playing football, and then you add something else after that. Después de jugar al fútbol, after playing football. Okay, conjugated verbs. You can also use conjugated verbs in the present tense to talk about your hobbies, like juego al rugby, hacemos ciclismo. Okay, so you're going to talk about your hobbies here, and here are your hobbies. So you're going to use these in a moment. I'm going to go through them with these phrases, okay? And tonight's homework will just be simply to write out 10 phrases, both negative and positive, about your interests, sporting interests, okay? If you're not a sports person, don't worry. Just use some of these in the negative then, okay? Or say that you want to do such and such a thing in the future, or that you hate doing such and such a thing, okay? So here we go. Can you work out what they are first? Just pause this before I say them. What are those? Right, so patinar is to skate, okay? Hacer patinaje, another way of saying it. Nadar, to swim, that's right. Hacer natación, to swim. Hacer atletismo, do athletics. That can include running and things like that, girls. Jugar al fútbol, to play football. To do horse riding, that's right. And the next one, that's right, table tennis, tenis de mesa, or ping pong, easy enough. Volleyball, golf, basketball, and the last one, that's right, to ski. So tonight's homework, girls, 2 parts to it. You have to write out sentences using these and all of these tonight, okay? So you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 phrases tonight. But the first part of your homework is to match up each of these. So maybe the easiest way to do it is write your 10 sentences out, and then after each one, wherever you've included them, write down the equivalent letter here that goes with this. So ather patinache, which one is skating? That's right, it's A. Okay, so don't ignore this E business here. I'm asking you to write 10 sentences, and then after each sentence, for example, patinache will be A. Okay, etc. Okay, so if you can do that tonight, and that's your homework done then, girls, and that's pretty easy and straightforward. All the best, girls. I hope this is up soon. Thank you.